Emotions. Now, people buy emotionally and justify rationally. I want you to think about all the things you've bought in the last couple of weeks. Your decisions may seem rational to you at the moment, but if you think deeply, it was an emotional decision, and I'll prove it. But first, I want to give you a list of all the different emotions that you can use to sell and you can use to present your offers in your ads such that people click on it, resonate with it, crashes your ad cost, and gets you tons of results. So, emotions in copywriting or when you're creating ads are used to evoke or arouse feelings that drive people to decide to take action. The reason why it seems rational, I mean, all the purchase decisions you've made in the last couple of weeks is because you decided. You made that decision to purchase that bag, that phone, that item. But the primary reason was an emotional one. So, using words, people can evoke or arouse a feeling in you that gets you to make the decision to buy something. And it happens to me too. It happens to every one of us because we are emotional beings. Now, here are a list of emotions that copywriters use in their copy. Okay. So I'm not going to run through all of them, but these are positive emotions: happiness, love, hope, pride, gratitude, inspiration, relief, compassion, belonging. So these are positive emotions. They evoke positive reactions or responses in the readers when you use this kind of emotions, okay? And then here are negative emotions. We have fear, we have guilt, we have anger, we have sadness, envy, greed, gluttony, despair, disgust, right? And the we under fear, for instance, we have anxiety, dread, worry, apprehension, panic, terror. So those are just giving more depth into what we mean when we say fear, you know, and is the same for every other emotion that has been listed here. Now there are some emotions that are mixed. They're both negative, positive, and they're just complex in a way. And we have some things like surprise, anticipation, shame, sloth, lust, nostalgia. Okay, so these are mixed or complex emotions. Like I said, um, after the column for each one of them, I give some depth into what kind of things we're talking about. So people love to use fear and greed. Most of the copy you see, fear and greed. Sometimes you have gluttony or envy, right? But most people play with fear and greed. So, but I want to give you a deep overview of not an overview, but I want to go in depth and talk about guilt, which is one that is very, very rarely used today, right? And before we talk about guilt, I want to warn you guilt is a very powerful emotion, and you want to make sure that you use it ethically. You don't want to drive people crazy, but it's a very powerful emotion, and you should use it with a lot of caution. Okay, so let's get started. Guilt arises when people feel they have done something wrong or failed to do something they should have. Take note of that. It's when someone feels they've done something wrong. It could also come when they think they have failed to do something they should have done. All right? So it goes both ways. Now, here are the key elements of using guilt in copywriting. The first thing is that you want to highlight the problem. So you want to identify the exact issue that should evoke guilt. And then you want to make the reader feel personally responsible for the problem or its solution. Remember, I said it goes both ways. So you want to make the reader feel personally responsible for that problem or for solving the problem, right? And then you want to provide a clear and actionable way for the reader to alleviate the guilt. And of course, that solution is your product. Okay. And that product could be anything. It could be a course, it could be a bag, it could be a gift, whatever. It doesn't matter, right? You have to tie the solution with the alleviation of the guilt. And then you want to talk about the positive impact of taking action. Right. So now that you know the key elements for using guilt, let's dig in a little bit more. Let's look at some examples. Now, here's how you could use guilt for an environmental cause. Every year, millions of plastic bottles end up in our oceans, harming marine life. By switching to our eco friendly, reusable bottles, you can help protect the environment. Make the change today and be a part of the solution. Now, this is, you can see how guilt is interwoven, right? With, he says that every year, millions of plastic bottles end up in our ocean. It's harming marine life, right? So that's something that they are part of. They are part of people who use these plastic bottles, and they've been discarding them, and it's harmful, right? We're encouraging you to switch to something that's more friendly, something that's reusable, right? So you can help protect the environment. And guilt has been woven. You can elevate that guilt by using our products. Now, charity. This my favorite one. Think about this. You just finished a meal, right? A nice meal in a nice restaurant, and then you read this. While we enjoy our meals, millions of children go to bed hungry. Your donation of $10 can provide a week's worth of meals for a child in need. Help us fight hunger and give these children a chance at a better future. Now you can see that again, you know, guilt, right, is being woven into the copy, right? While we enjoy our meals, millions of children go to bed hungry. It kind of makes you feel somehow just even listening to me say that, right? Okay, let's look at another one for wellness. This is another example for wellness. How many times have you skipped your workout this month? Don't let your health take a backseat. Join our fitness program today and commit to a healthier, happy you. Okay? And this could be used for a program, a product, it doesn't matter, right? But this is guilt at work. Okay? Personal relationships. Have you called your parents recently? They miss hearing your voice. Make time for a quick call and show them you care. It's the little things that matter the most. Okay? And then you can go further to say, our app helps you to, surprise your parents with nice texts and messages, every other week. Or you can get this for your parents and, use it to show your appreciation for all the care and love they showed to you while you were a child, right? So you could weave that into your product. Let's look at consumer products. You have a brand that has this eco-friendly, non-toxic, um, stuff that cleans, right? And you could say, are you still using harsh chemicals to clean your home? These can harm your family and the environment. Switch to our natural, non toxic cleaning products and create a safer, healthier home. So now I've shown you a couple of examples of how to weave guilt into your copy. I want us to discuss other emotions. So here we'll begin with pride. Now, pride can motivate your reader by appealing to their sense of accomplishment, status, and self worth. Now, copy that taps into pride often highlights how the product or service can elevate the user's status or make them feel exceptional. So, here is an example. Join the elite group of professionals who trust our premium software to boost their productivity and reputation. Show the world you mean business. You can also tell the reader, you could say something like, people will be amazed when they read the copy you wrote, or you would be the envy of your next family gathering because of how much you would have earned and the fact that you've taken control of your life. So you can always weave, pride into into your copy. You could also associate it with a product like a phone, a wristwatch, a bag, anything, right? And the next is envy. Envy can be a powerful driver in copy, especially in competitive markets. It makes the reader desire what others have, pushing them to take action to achieve or obtain the same thing. And that's where we talk about FOMO and stuff like that. Those are all envy driven kind of tactics. Now you say, don't get left behind. Your friends are already experiencing the luxury and comfort of our top rated vacation packages. Book now and make them envious of your next getaway. So that's using envy. Okay. Here you say, well, if you don't grab this, your competitors might and you'll be left behind. Statements like that, drive envy. And then we have gluttony. Gluttony, or the desire for indulgence and excesses, can be used to appeal to readers' cravings for pleasure and abundance. This approach is often effective in food, luxury goods, and entertainment industries. Now, here's an example. Indulge in the rich, decadent flavors of our handcrafted chocolates. Treat yourself to a taste of pure bliss because you deserve it. Now you're playing on the emotion, on the emotion to become a glutton, to revel in and indulge in excesses and stuff like that, right? So here's greed. It's one that's very common. Everyone wants to use it, and you find it very often. So greed leverages the desire for wealth, success, and material gain. So, copy that appeals to greed often emphasizes financial benefits, savings, or the accumulation of goods. Here is an example. Unlock unlimited earning potential with our investment strategies. Start today and watch your wealth grow exponentially. Don't miss out on the opportunity to secure your financial future. So, any kind of copy, most of the copies you read that talk about making money, we're going to help you get 10 new clients, when you don't pay, if we don't get you 10 new clients at $5,000 per client and stuff like all those kind of statements, they are all greed related. And to be honest, some of it has been overused in that, in that from that angle. There are other ways to apply greed that are more subtle, and trust me, they work better because the market is sophisticated for most of this, kind of wealth related stuff, make money stuff. So um, if you just make any direct promise, it's not really going to work very well. So fear can be an extremely effective motivator, driving readers to take action to avoid negative outcomes. This emotion is frequently used in security, insurance, and health related industries. So here is an example. Are you protected from identity theft? Don't wait until it's too late. Safeguard your personal information with our comprehensive security solutions and sleep easy knowing you are safe. Yeah, they are playing with the emotion of fear, and they're saying, well, you don't want to wake up tomorrow and discover that your bank account has been wiped out, right? And you have to protect yourself. So they play with the emotion fear here, and it's going to work, trust me. Now, slots, one that's very, very, very nice to use. Not very common, but people in the hospitality and vacation kind of industry can benefit from this. And also software. So here's what it says. Here's what slot is. Slot appeals to the desire for convenience, ease, and avoiding effort. This can be particularly effective in industries that offer time saving or labor saving products and services. So here is an example. Why spend hours cleaning when you can relax instead? Let our professional cleaning service handle the chores while you enjoy your free time. Could also be used, like I said, for software. So, software is to save time, while you're struggling with monotonous work, you could automate all this stuff, right? Um, Software and other kind of products that, help to save time, right? Like Canva Pro, for instance, instead of battling, it's a waste of time when you use the free edition, so except you know how to design really well. But if you want to take advantages of all our tools, the free icons, images, and all the premium stuff, then that will help you save hours in design. Then you should subscribe to the premium edition, right? So that's slot. And let's look at another one, lust. Lust, or the strong desire for physical or sensual pleasure, is often used in fashion, beauty, and lifestyle copy to create allure and attraction. Now, here is an example: unleash your inner beauty with a luxurious skincare line. Feel confident and irresistible with every use because stunning skin is always in, right? Nice rhyme. Okay, but I just want to emphasize that when you want to create you want to create this desire for physical or sensual pleasure, you want people to feel attractive, you want them to feel, as though they're special. You want to make them feel special, right? Your product promises to make them feel special, or your service promises to make them feel special, and then you use that to play on their emotions to make your product more attractive. Now, here's despair. Despair taps into feelings of hopelessness and urgency, pushing readers to seek immediate solutions to their problems. This can be effective in health, wellness, and self help industries. Of course, just like I told you about guilt, this is one emotion you want to use with care. You don't want to push people overboard, and you have to be ethical. Okay, so people who this emotion works the most on are already feeling a certain way, and they're in a mess, right? And so you want to make sure you're using it ethically. So here is an example: are you tired of feeling stuck and unfulfilled? Our coaching program offers a lifeline to rediscover your passion and purpose. Take the first step towards a brighter future today. So someone who's, feeling depressed or feeling like their life is going around in circles will be attracted by, you know, a copy that has tapped into that kind of despair. Someone who has a relative who is, battling a certain illness, kid could be attracted by a copy that has tapped into that despair and has used it to promote a certain offer. Okay, so that's the last example that I have here. So when you're creating copy, you want to have, your ad copy, you have your main emotions and then you have supporting emotions. So you want to have one primary emotion with which you drive, that anchors the overarching strategy for your copy. So that could be fear, that could be greed, that could be guilt. Okay. But you also want to support your copy with other emotions here and there. And you will be able to do this and select, the emotions you're going to be using when we talk about your research. Okay. So that's all for this video. I'll see you in the next one.